Greetings. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello to all of my Pisces. Hello, cross watchers. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am going to do a 3 decan Pisces readings. I'm sorry, a Pisces reading, not readings. I haven't done a reading in a while just because I noticed that these readings really pick up for Pisces around February, the season of Pisces. But I think that it'll be great to kind of do one since someone did request this. And I think it'll be great to do one since the seasons are changing. Okay. So this reading here is going to be for this is like a fall reading, so when you turning back your clock. So this is for November. This is going to be for the month of November. I didn't feel the need to do it for October just because so many October readings are already out there. So I figured, why not do a reading for November, since that's really the changing of the time and the seasons and everything. So again, we'll be moving into that fall energy, things like that. Okay. All right. So, and all of this will be time stamped. Okay. So I'm going to put a little bit of my oils on my hand that I use. And we're just going to go. This is going to be a pretty long reading. So you're welcome to, kind of stop the reading if you need to. Look at it. Go to certain parts. Again, it will be time stamped. So you can go to certain parts. If you want to skip over certain parts, you want to go right to your decan of Pisces or something like that, then that's fine. But I will be talking about what these colors mean. I will be talking about what some of the stones represent, what some of the planets represent, and all of that will be time stamped. Okay. All right. And I will also be speaking of how, what chakra Pisces is connected to, and with some of these gemstones, the what they're connected to, which chakra they're connected to. Okay. All right. So Pisces, let's get into, so for the month of November, again, this will be time stamped. Okay. So for the month of November, for November will be in that last quarter moon in Leo. That'll be on around the 5th of November. And Leo rules the heart, the aorta, our blood pressure, and our blood circulation. Okay. And so around that time, you might feel good about your reputation, or you may feel good about, maybe you're trying to impress someone or something like that. Or you want something that you are doing to be impressive. Maybe it's for a supervisor. It could be for someone in your community. It could be for someone who you're married to, dating, or something like that. But I do feel like this is a time also, around this time, around the last quarter moon in November, you should release any fears about being judged. And you should be a little open to receive constructive criticism, okay? Or constructive feedback. Because criticism can sound negative, but when you put constructive in it, it's a way to kind of help with growth, right? Mental growth, emotional growth, spiritual growth. Then we'll be moving into a new moon in Scorpio on November the 13th. And Scorpio rules the genitals, it rules the anus, the prostate, the urethra. So this may be a time when you desire deep connections, not the shallow stuff. Maybe, maybe you're already in a connection with someone and it seems kind of shallow. It's more, sexual based or something, or maybe you're running across someone and that's all they're talking about. But I kind of feel like those kind of connections, if they're not deep and they don't really speak to your soul or connect to your soul on a deeper level, I really feel like those are going to be the connections that you kind of you're prone to just swim away from at this time. It's like something, I almost feel like connections like that are not going to keep your attention for long at all. Like once the thrill is gone, you're just like, okay, this isn't going anywhere, so let me just go on about my business. And I kind of feel like around that new moon, with that new moon being in Scorpio, that's how you're going to kind of feel around that time, okay? And then we have a first quarter moon in Aquarius on November the 20th. Well, it could be between November the 20th and the 22nd. Kind of around that time, okay? But Aquarius rules your thyroid hormones, the calf, the ankles, the Achilles. Um, yeah, so it's more about in your forearms, things like that. So I feel like around this first quarter moon in November, um, you could want more emotional freedom, right? So this could be a time when you are more open to, who you are. You understand your emotions. You understand yourself better. You understand your emotions better. So I don't feel like you're going to be in the energy of anger or jealousy or anything like that just because you understand you. I feel like you're going to understand yourself a little better around this time. And that's going to allow you to have more of that emotional freedom and kind of be more of who you really are without feeling so heavenly judged. Maybe you're around people where you can kind of just be yourself, and aren't those the best kind of people to be around? So you may be in a better mood around that time, around the first quarter moon, that's moving into Aquarius. And then we have a full moon. We'll be finishing up November with a full moon in Gemini around November the 27th, 28th, something like that. Um, and Geminis, they rule the bronchial tubes, they rule the lungs, the arms, the shoulders, and hands, right? Like that respiratory system, like your upper body. Um, and you could be more open to expressing your emotions around this time, right? But what I do see is with you, I feel like you're going to kind of be in that energy where you may come off sort of like icy Pisces around that time because you could just express your emotions in a way without really, I don't feel like it's going to be, I feel like it's going to be more of a logical conversation that you may have. Um, like even if somebody's trying to pull you into a debate, I kind of feel like because you've thought through something and you're speaking concise, that you may come off as kind of cold because maybe you don't have a lot of words, or the words that you're saying, maybe they lack emotion or something. You're just speaking from your mind, the logical side of your mind, opposed to like injecting a lot of emotions into something. So I kind of feel like around that, with that full moon in Gemini, that's where you may be, um, more open to express yourself. But to some people, it may come off as kind of almost like you lack emotions. Again, sort of like that icy Pisces kind of thing going on. Okay, all right, so. Again, all of this will be time stamped. And so I kind of wanted to get through like that first month of like the month of November and what those placements with the planets will be moving into around that time. Just so you can kind of get a small idea. You can do more research on it around the dates and things like that and just kind of see if it relates to you, okay, for the month of November. Now, what we're going to do, Pisces, we're going to talk about um the first deck in Pisces. And what I'll do, since I don't have to repeat it so often, what I'll do with the first deck in Pisces, second, I'll speak about the colors, I'll speak about the chakras, all of that stuff in the first deck in Pisces. But again, I'll timestamp like the colors and all of that, what that means, okay, and what the gemstones mean and what they represent and all of that. So then that way, if you want to, when you're just say if you're a second decan or a third decan Pisces, you can just go back to whatever those colors mean and things like that. And some people don't take that serious, but if you do research, do you know some businesses, places like McDonald's, their colors, that red and yellow wasn't picked by accident. It just wasn't a random thing. It was picked by design. It's a conscious thing. It's almost as if you go into, you know how people will tell you for a job interview to wear like a navy blue suit or a black suit because it represents business, power. People take you serious. You walk into a business and you see someone sitting there, or if you're interviewing someone and they come in with a nice navy blue suit on or a black suit, you're prone to take them more serious, right? Um, Opposed to someone if they come in a bright red suit or a yellow suit like they would at McDonald's or something like that, you know. So the colors actually do connect to our psyche and sort of make us think of certain things or invoke certain emotions within us, right? All right, so let's get into what some of this means. Okay, so with my first, this is going to be timestamp again. So with my first deck in Pisces, you're born between February the 19th and February the 29th. Okay, and your ruling planet, you are a mutable sign. You're a water sign here. You know, water signs that's deep, that deals with emotions, deep emotions. Um, kind of what's below the surface, things like that. Not only about what you see, but what you feel. And you do rule the 12th house, Pisces. And so you feel things on a deeper level. You're a little more sensitive or more sensitized to certain things, right? And again, like I said, you rule the 12th house. So introspection. So you look at things. That's why that you look at things from a different perspective. You don't just want to take things at face value. Something, if someone tells you something to your face, you always want to know just a little bit more. You can be very inquisitive. Like you always just want to know a little bit more than what you have been told. Or if something piques your curiosity, or if something just doesn't sound right, that may make you want to go just, look at it a little more. But that 12th house, it represents your inner self. Like it represents like that dream state. And that's where that Neptune comes in, and it represents secrets. It also represents the past. Pisces has been all the other zodiac signs, and now you're a Pisces, right? It represents your subconscious too, and it also represents karma. Okay, so that's what that 12th house represents. So Pisces, let's talk about some of these colors here. That's, in this card. Let's talk about this, right? So you see a lot of colors in this card here. You see brown back here. And brown represents a level of stability. It represents neutrality. It represents comfort. It could represent earthiness, like muddiness, things like that, or lack of something, lack of boundaries. And it also connects with the sacral chakra, right? So brown connects. People look at the color orange with as the sacral chakra, but it connects to it could be a brownish orange. Okay. Now, one thing that some people may not know is that the two mutable signs that are connected to the sacral chakra is Pisces and Sagittarius. So Pisces, that's the chakra that you're connected to, that your zodiac sign is connected to. You're connected to the sacral chakra, and the energy of the sacral chakra helps us to navigate our lives through our emotions and supports our ability to enjoy the sensual world. So let's finish talking about these colors here. So you have brown back there, right? You also have pink and you have red. So red is a very powerful color. Red is about that groundness as well, right? But it's also around safety and security. It's connected to passion. It's connected to anger. It's connected to the root chakra, right? Okay. And with this pink here, you see the pink right there? The pink is connected to love and femininity. It's connected to compassion. It's connected to forgiveness. And it's also connected to the heart chakra. Well, it's right above the heart chakra, but right up below the throat chakra. It's like right there, kind of in between, right? And so that's what that pink represents. We also have green in here. So green is about healing. It's about love. It's about harmony. It's about balance. But green can also represent envy and bitterness, right? And it's connected to your heart chakra. Now we have purple in this as well, right? And purple is connected to your intuition. It's connected to your psychic ability, spirituality, right? Critical thinking and reasoning. And it's also connected to your third eye chakra, right? So, and last but not least, we see a lot of blue here. We see a lot of blue in a lot of these cards here. But blue is about communication, it's about peace, it's about self expression, it's about trust. But blue can also be looked at as sadness. It could be looked at as judgment and criticism. And it's connected to the throat chakra. Okay. All right. So, what I'll do, if I remember, what I'll do is just put a little bit about what I just said in the description box, like some of the colors. But you are always welcome to go back and look at it again. Okay. All right, so Pisces, again, like I said, your water sign, you see some of this purple, red, and blue in this card as well. So let's keep going, okay? Let's keep going. So, Pisces, we have the planet Neptune here, and I brought out a few of the cards representing this Neptune planet. The Neptune planet is connected to your seventh chakra, okay? It's connected to your crown chakra, okay? All right. And I'll read on a little bit about that Neptune planet, which represent your vision, how you see things. But let's see what this seventh chakra is saying. The energy of the crown chakra supports our feeling of being connected to a higher power and part of a larger whole. So, this is knowing that there is something beyond you. This is like sending out energy into the quantum field and then seeing what comes back to you. What are you sending out into, again, that quantum field? What are you thinking about your thoughts? And what is it bringing you back? Okay, what is coming back to you? And that's where that Neptune energy comes into play. So I want to read a little bit about this Neptune energy. Okay, this Neptune card. And again, it's connected to your seventh chakra. So Neptune is about vision. Like a cool blue pearl floating in an inky sea, this planet symbolizes how we float in the ocean of the collective conscious. Neptune, the modern ruler of Pisces, takes about 165 years to tour the zodiac. On a practical level, it signals water, liquids, oils, and art supplies. On a challenging day, it shows how we avoid gritty reality, whether we escape through our imaginations or addictions. On a lovely day, Neptune speaks of spirituality, imagination, and psychic perception. The action with this card here, with the planet Neptune: pray, meditate, use your divination, rest and dream, activate the right side of your brain, and step out of the logic into a sense of the infinite. Engage ceremony and ritual, find a dream or vision, and bring it back here to manifest. So, this is about you envisioning what you want, right? No dream is too big. Don't sell yourself short. No dream is too big, but this is about envisioning what you want and then bringing it back into your mind to manifest. Like I said, sending it out into that quantum field, right? Because Neptune invokes both intuition and imagination, it can blur the boundaries between the two. It's all too easy to believe that what you want or what you are afraid of is in fact reality. which can make it easy for others to manipulate you by playing to your hopes and fears. So with Neptune, this is like with that planet Neptune, which is one of Pisces' ruling planets. Um, Pisces, this is about you seeing the truth about something. And, you know, Pisces can, and I'll get more into some of the like the shadow sides of the first decan Pisces and things like that, as well as the first decan Pisces good qualities. But Pisces, this is about you not allowing yourself to be taken advantage of because your head is in the clouds, right? Which having that this ruling planet Neptune can sometimes, take you there. Kind of, kind of your head in the clouds, and people kind of seeing you as aloof and easy to manipulate or something like that. Playing your, finding out your hopes and your fears and kind of using it to their advantage. So it's about taking each step with care. Working with Neptune is like walking in the fog. You can see the present moment clearly. It's just the future and the past that get lost in the hopes and the fears. If the world feels too harsh, or if you're feeling easily overwhelmed, tend to your sensitive antenna. Pray rather than worry. Neptune speaks of our psychic permeability, encouraging us to soak up our surroundings. Use that to your advantage and choose your surroundings carefully. Meditate with a group. Tune into the trees, the earth beneath, the sky above, or sacred sites. Immerse yourself in whatever feeds you. Now, the challenge with Neptune is Neptune overwhelmed can turn acceptance into imagination. I'm sorry, it can turn imagination into illusions, sensitivity, and the hunger for spirit into addictions. Watch for water damage. Now, what that means is knowing boundaries, having boundaries, knowing what's real and what's not, right? If something has water damage, usually it creates a mold. It's a fungus that starts to eat away and it's useless, right? So if something is if it's almost knowing that having that it's like almost like a line that you just don't cross because the right amount of water in anything is nurturing. Too much water can be damaging, right? So the gift with Neptune is allow yourself to float, to swim in that great ocean of the collective consciousness. Soak up the presence of divine soul. There is no separation between you and all sentient beings, between you and the realms of gods and spirit. Okay? So, with Jupiter here, because Jupiter is can be a ruling planet for Pisces. Jupiter rules the sixth house, though. Okay, whereas Neptune rules the seventh. I'm sorry, Jupiter rules the sixth chakra, whereas Neptune rules the seventh chakra. So the sixth chakra, the energy of the third eye chakra supports our inner sight and intuitive abilities. So with Jupiter symbolizes how we expand our world through education, law, philosophy, travel, abundance, and an expansion spirit. Jupiter, the traditional ruling of Sagittarius and Pisces, is a huge gas giant, 2.5 times the volume of all the other planets put together. It takes 12 years to circle the zodiac, spending roughly 1 year in each sign. Named for the ruler of all the gods and surrounding and surrounded by 79 known moons. Jupiter never does anything in small proportions. The action with Jupiter is think bigger. This scenario requires you to be expansive and forgiving. Deal with it in a spacious, curious, fair, and philosophical way. Think globally. Bring in contributions from all around the world. Consider traveling physically or traveling with your senses by listening to music from a less familiar culture or tasting their food. Talk to people who grew up in a circumstance foreign to you and get their viewpoint. Diversify your perspective and that of your team to discover the missing pieces need to make up a larger whole. Engage in abundant optimism. Get the word out through generosity, give abundantly, and goodwill comes back to you. Invest in education, publication, and broadcasting. Just be careful that your generosity is actually helping the recipient and not enabling or burdening them. Ask what would really help. Jupiter's energy needs a big room and a audience, but it can overshadow important people in more intimate circumstances. Watch that your expansion capacity does not cramp the experimentation of beginners or crowd beloved introverts. Notice where you might overwhelm the people you love and give them room for their more subtle style. If you are the one being so overwhelmed, appreciate your own value, expand in ways that work for you, and let the person with Jupiter energy do their thing. The challenge with the Jupiter planet is Jupiter can bring too much of a good thing or leave people feeling overwhelmed. Watch out for magical thinking and a Pollyanna avoidance of problems. The gift with the planet Jupiter is give and you shall receive. Jupiter calls you to expand your worldview. So reach out and feel at one with the whole universe. I love that. I love that because this is about you finding that even balance. And that's why Pisces, first, second Pisces, second decan, or third can be so complicated. First decan Pisces, you have this Neptune and this ruling Jupiter planet. So I kind of feel like you're always trying to find some sort of even balance when it comes to did you give too much? Did you get into the illusion of someone like seeing the good in everyone and giving to the wrong kind of people? Did you not see that boundary when I said, remember I said just enough water can be nurturing or too much. If you water something too much, it can become it basically useless to you, right? So this is you always trying to find that even balance and not getting caught up in your own hype, not getting caught up in this illusion, not letting people take advantage of you, understanding the beauty in giving, and that's how you receive, but knowing who to give to, right? And so then we're going to move into, and this is what that sixth chakra is about, that third eye chakra, right? Seeing something, seeing the truth about something. Seventh chakra is more about being able to manifest what you want because you sent it out into the quantum world, into that quantum field, but knowing what you really want though, not this illusion, but the Jupiter is also thinking big. So it's just it to me, it just looks like those two fish swimming in opposite directions. It's always a lot of like indecisiveness of what you should be doing, what's too much, what's not enough. So yeah, okay. Then we have the amethyst here. We have the amethyst stone. And remember I spoke on like the colors of the stones and what that's for those who, for those who may have forgotten. with this amethyst stone here, and I'll read on what it means. The purple is about your intuition and your psychic abilities, but it connects with your third eye chakra, okay? So I'm going to read on what this amethyst stone is about. Okay, so the amethyst stone is purple, symbolizes wealth and power. This is the color purple, right? It symbolizes wealth and power, and was also reflected in the clothes of rulers and high ranking religious officials in ancient times. The color of the amethyst represents authority and dignity. It has an effect of calming down, being wise, and making mental depth more profound. It is a source for building intuition and inspiration. It corresponds with the seventh chakra, okay? The energy with this is while it activates spiritual energy to improve insight, it also makes you focus deeply on depression and sadness. Thus, you should be careful, okay? And for those who, this is an amethyst stone here, okay? This is a amethyst stone. Um, you can wear this. You can expect the most effect if you wear it as a bracelet. If you have insomnia or have bad dreams frequently, place a crystal glass or a pyramid near your head. Okay. All right. And then aquamarine. This is another stone that's connected with you, Pisces, and it's that water stone. It's that stone that sailors used to use because they saw it as good luck, so they would take it on their ship with them. And so it was almost like they were, they wanted to be guided back home. They wanted um, Poseidon to really just be their friend while they were sailing the seas. Okay. So they would use a stone on their boat as sort of protection, right? But with the aquamarine is a crystal that symbolizes courage, as it sharpens your intuition and removes useless thoughts instantly. It has an excellent effect on calming down your mind. It makes you look at the world with composure and helps you live a better life. It works much better with people with sensitive emotions. It corresponds with the sixth chakra. Remember, I said the sixth chakra. The energy with the aquamarine stone, it gives courage to the bold mind and spirit to face the cruel reality so that one can move on. And this is the reason why sailors used to keep the stone with them, because they had to face treacherous seas, And so they felt like it made them braver. And again, they used it as a sacrifice sort of to the water god, Poseidon. And so it was just like, okay, well, this will help us get back, okay, from our journey. You may hold it in your hands or place it on the respective spot. It's also good if you place it on your eyes or drink it as crystal water, okay? All right, so first decan Pisces, again, all of this will be time stamped. Okay, I'm gonna put these over here. Again, Pisces, Sagittarius, and Pisces are your sacral chakra is the chakra that you're connected to as a Pisces, okay? All right, so I'm going to just put this here. You rule the 12th house. You can go back and listen to that. Now I'll put these up here. Kind of out of the way. All right, so Pisces, we are going to get into a reading. First decan Pisces. Okay, so first decan Pisces. Again, you are ruled by Neptune and Jupiter, and I read on what the Neptune and Jupiter is about. You're born between February the 19th and February the 29th. The good qualities about you, first, second Pisces, is you're selfless, you're intuitive, you're romantic. You know, you love to be romanced, or you could be very romantic. And you're optimistic about people. You love to see the good in people, which can also be a downside, but we'll get into that. You make a really great friend because people feel comfortable speaking with you. You're a good listener. You know how to listen good to people's problems and things like that. And you are a natural empath. Okay. Now, the shadow qualities about you, Pisces, are, again, like I said, you want to see the good in everyone. You allow yourself sometimes to be taken advantage of by ruthless or devious people. People who see how much they know they ain't crap. And you just sitting there like, oh, well, everybody has a little bit of good in them. And, you come across people that's like, yeah, now let me get over on you, like that. Okay. All right. So I'm going to start off with the Oracle card for you, first, second Pisces. And I'm going to use this, the Sea Soul Journeys Oracle card by Pippa Best, the guidebook. So I'm just going to, and the reason just in case you don't know, the reason you're connected to that second chakra, because the second chakra is about how you feel. Like, it's about your feelings, your emotions. It's not just about what you see, but that intuition side of you. Okay. So let's see. Journey. May you seek adventure. Okay, so let's see what that one is about. May you seek adventure, journey. Okay. The reflection for this card is: the sea beckons you towards adventure, to travel further inside and out. Whether you find adventure in the quiet mystery of a shell at your ear or in a bold new horizon, the sea encourages you to explore, to cross borders, to seek and discover your own heroic journey through the everyday. The blessings with this card, first, second Pisces, is: may you seek out opportunities for progression. May you travel far. May your obstacles only prove your capacity to overcome them. The mantra you should speak when you see this card is: adventure calls me on to be the sea. So some of you all are being encouraged to travel more. Maybe you have not really used your passport too much in the last year or two or whatever. But some of you all are being encouraged to travel more. And if you cannot really get out of the country at this time and, cross borders and things like that, this is a time maybe you can travel within your own country. Maybe you can go to new cities, towns, state, just to kind of shake things up in your life a little bit, get a new point of view of something, taste some new foods, see what other people cultures are like. Things like that, maybe. And this is another way you can do it, is by learning another language. So being bilingual, or even trilingual, whatever, learning as many languages as you want to speak. That's another way. Tasting other cultures' foods, and or studying other cultures, things like that. So not only can you physically travel, but you can also travel with your mind, right? And expand your mind, like that Jupiter energy there. Okay. All right. So let's see what your message is for the month of November. Some of you all may be traveling around that time in November, something like that. Some of you all may be taking a boat ride. You may be traveling out of town. Maybe you're going on a cruise. Maybe something like that. Okay. And if you're not doing that, maybe you're just doing something where you're going to where you're going to like heated water or something. This could be an indoor spa in another city, town, state, something like that. Yeah, maybe you're just doing something new. But this is what you're being encouraged to do, to journey. Okay. All right. Look, the Two of Wands, and this is what this represents, making a choice. If you look, this energy has the world in their hand. They're kind of they're looking out to the world to see exactly where they want to go, what they want to do. You may have some choices that you need to make. You may be trying to choose what you want to do. Do you want to stay in your current situation with this wand? Or do you want to go out and take some sort of, it's almost like you got the world. The world is your oyster. You have the world in your hands at this time. You have some choices that you need to make. And I kind of feel like this has a lot to do with where you want to go in this life. Okay. Do you want to change jobs? Do you want to change relationships? Do you want to change residencies? There's some sort of change on the horizon that requires you to move forward, to make a decision, to journey in some way. Now you have the Four of Cups here. Maybe in the past, it looks like you're turning your back on regret though. Because look at how this looks. It looks like first decan Pisces, like you're turning your back on regret. Would maybe you regret some missed opportunities in the past, right? But it looks like you're like, okay, an opportunity to travel may be coming back around. Maybe you had an opportunity to travel or relocate or take on a certain job or something like that in the past. And maybe you passed it up because you felt like you had more than enough, right? Or maybe something was happening in your life at that time and you just didn't feel like it was the right time. And then later on down the road, you looked at it and said, gosh, I should have took advantage of that opportunity. So I do feel like you're going to start turning your back on feeling regretful about something and being a little more spontaneous here, kind of just getting out there doing what you want to do. The Five of Cups here, yeah, I do feel like with this, you have a Four of Cups, Five of Cups energy, Cancer, Scorpio energy, Aries energy. Now, I do feel any of those signs could be significant there, but I do feel like this is an energy here where, 1 minute you're feeling like you have more than enough. And this could be where the regret came in. Because if you look at this, look, it's like 3 cups standing up and 3 cups lying over. Can you see that? 3 cups kicked over. So maybe at one time in your life, you felt like you had more than enough. So when an opportunity came in, you sort of rejected it, right? Now, but then these 3 cups somehow were kicked over. And maybe this was when you grieve, like, dag, I should have took advantage of this opportunity. But who's to say that this opportunity isn't, you have 2 cups standing here. So it's not only this, just 1 cup, it's 2 right here. And I'm looking at it like these Two of Wands are here too. So this is really something that I feel like Pisces, first, second Pisces, that you've looked at what you've lost long enough. This is a time for you to remove this cloak and take a chance on these 2 cups here. This is water under the bridge. This is something you can't get back. So why dwell on it? This is a new opportunity here for the future to do something new. The Hermit card. So you may be doing maybe you're spending a lot of time by yourself. And some of you all may even be traveling alone, or maybe you have a companion or something like that. But with this Hermit card, I feel like you've gone through a lot of spiritual growth. You've learned a lot. You spent plenty of time alone. Maybe you just, you've been researching things alone. Maybe you've been working on your health. Maybe you've been working on your education. Maybe you've been working on healing yourself in different ways, healing from past trauma, healing from whatever. But I feel like you have been on some sort of spiritual journey here. But I'm going to tell you what I also see, right? This is almost like This is an energy that wants you to turn around, and they're shedding the light on these two cups here for you. This is an energy that wants you to stop focusing on this. It's time for you to turn around. This light is being held up to get your attention, for you to focus on these two cups, what you actually have that isn't lost. Okay? What's meant for you is meant for you. And I feel like this is what this energy is doing. This hermit energy is doing. It's trying to shed some light on these two cups for you. Now you have the Two of Pentacles here, Pisces. Two of Wands, Two of Pentacles. Nine of Wands here. The Death card here. Scorpio energy. A Scorpio could be significant in your life, or maybe you have significant Scorpio placement. And then you have the Lovers card there. We're going to clarify some of this. Okay. So Pisces, with this Two of Wands here, there may be something with checks and balances with this Two of Pentacles. Something that you're trying to find balance here. It's almost as if maybe you're saving for a trip. Maybe you are doing something out of necessity. Maybe you are about to, I don't know, maybe you're saving for a trip now and you're just trying to see what you can let go of so you can have what you need to kind of do this. I feel like the energy kind of wax and wanes. You're looking at, maybe you're trying to even find a way to combine these two things, so you can turn it into one thing to hold into your hand. But I feel like you've been on some sort of balancing act here, trying to balance out your money, trying to balance out your energy, trying to balance out your life. So you can make this choice. So you can make this decision, right? And Pisces, with this Four of Cups here, crowning this Nine of Wands here, I feel like there's something going on, Pisces, in your life that it's harder to let go of than what you want to admit. Why are you holding on to it? Why is the regret so great? Maybe you even feel like you kind of made your life harder by rejecting something, right? Maybe you were at a crossroads in your past and it's sort of, maybe you made a choice because you felt like you had more than enough and things didn't quite turn out the way that you thought it was. You had to be resilient a lot. Kept having to face battles, back to back to back to back, without a whole lot of time to really get over or enjoy one win in your life before another battle or another obstacle came before you. So maybe there's some sort of regret in your life where you're kind of thinking about this, like, I made a choice and this has kind of made my life a little harder than what I thought, So I feel like with this Five of Cups crowning this Death card, you're finally going to make peace with these Three Cups that you've kind of lost, whatever this was in your life, okay? I do feel like you're going to finally make peace with it. It's almost as if you're saying, okay, that's something I can't get back. I can't get back that time. I can't get back that money. I can't get back, you know what I mean? It's like you're finally saying, okay, it's time for change. It's time for me to make a change. I can no longer sit here and dwell on this, because this is going to keep me in the energy of stagnation. It's almost like you've relinquished your power, hoping that you could get something back that isn't coming back. So this is you really just kind of saying, okay, I made peace with that. Now it's time for a transformation, a change, a shift in power. Okay? And turning around to these two cups, like I said, where the light is being shed on them so you can see them clearly, because I feel like this is something, an opportunity right in your presence that you may not be seeing because you're too busy focusing on the past of what happened, what you lost, with a marriage, a relationship, a job, maybe loved ones, a time, something that it's something that is not coming back to you. Okay, so you have an opportunity here, and then you have the Lovers card. Look, it's almost, look at these. It's the Lovers here, two cups here, I'm sorry, two energies here and then two cups here. So I really feel like this is like a partnership, a unity, a chance at having something real, something, some sort of deep bond, a deep connection, something that isn't shallow. But remember, I said something about like with that, what did I say with that moon phase was? That's coming in November with in Scorpio. It's coming is a new moon in Scorpio, and like I said, these are both Scorpio cards here. There's a new moon around November the 13th where I feel like you're really anything that isn't deep, anything that's shallow, anything that can be lost and kicked over, it isn't even, it's almost like you're going to finally kind of let something go. You want to realize that you've been focusing on something way too long. You've been giving it your attention, and it's almost, I want to almost say like beating a dead horse, not trying to be funny. Okay, so let's clarify these cards. Page of Pentacles, beautiful energy. So look at how you're trying to balance something. I feel like you're going to get some good news. Where, again, in another reading, I said you're not going to let the grass grow under your feet. You're going to finally make a decision to get on the road and go east, west, north, south, something. But no more standing there. You're going to make a choice with that Two of Wands there. Some good news is really coming in for you, Pisces. First decan, wow, and then the World card here. So this is you learning some sort of completing some sort of karmic lesson, learning something. This is something coming full circle. So again, this is like you had regrets about rejecting something, Pisces, because you feel like it made your life harder or something like that. Like you had to go through a lot of unnecessary battles. But Pisces, I'm telling you, this has made you almost into sort of like a spiritual warrior, or like you've built up some level of power that I feel like you're going to be able to utilize the right way. And again, some of you all will be traveling more. You'll be going on journeys. You understand? It's like you're going to be, maybe you're going to go visit some other countries or other states or other cities or towns or something. I feel like some of you all are going to be traveling more. You're going to use your time wisely instead of focusing on unnecessary battles, things that no longer matter. The Moon card here. Okay, so Pisces, look. With this Moon card here, there's a lot of stuff, a lot of deep emotions, you know? If you look, I feel like at times you felt these three cups could represent people who you felt like betrayed you. They weren't loyal to you. I'm saying loyalty because you got the dog and the coyote. The wolf here, and they're howling to the moon, and you know, the moon is shedding light on towers and the pathway and everything. You have a crustacean coming up from up out of the water. So it's a lot going on, a lot of deep emotions, a lot of things. You trusting your intuition, right? Trusting the pathway. The pathway is being lit up to you. Things, at nighttime, for the moon to be out, it has to be nighttime, right? So maybe this is you going through a dark night of the soul and really finding yourself and saying, okay, I've been going through this dark night of a soul long enough. What is the lesson I'm supposed to learn? And I know I'm not supposed to stay in this forever. So what am I supposed to learn? So maybe at this time you felt betrayed by somebody. Maybe, in the past, maybe you felt betrayed by somebody and you kind of dwelled on that for a very long time. It could have been with the moon card. The moon represents your mom. It's like a nurturing motherly energy. In second decan Pisces, your ruling planet is the moon. So this could be by your own mother. This could be a mother figure, or maybe you're the mother. So maybe you felt betrayed or by your own child or something like that. But this is you dwelling on it for far too long. So the moon is actually showing you what you need, what's ahead of you. It's lighting up the pathway. Okay? So it's time for you to let go of those who were not loyal to you. It's time for you to let go of the people who betrayed you and where you cried and had a lot of grief. It's time for you to let go of that low vibrational energy. That's what I really want to say. Because maybe you've been trying to manifest something and it hasn't come in, but you cannot manifest vibrating in a low energy. You know, if you're always grieving, you're not going to see these two cups here. So this is you being enlightened and trusting your intuition that it is time to let that past go and to turn around and trust yourself. The Three of Swords here. So Pisces, yeah. I do feel like you have been betrayed. You got three swords here, three cups knocked over there. I feel like you were betrayed intentionally. And that could be the most painful thing. And for this to break your heart so much, this could have been by three people who were very close to you. Could have been by three family members. Could have been by three co-workers, three people you grew up with. You were betrayed intentionally. But what are you going to do about it? It's the past. You can't change the past. You can't change people's behavior. But what you can do is look at this energy, these two cups here, and the light that's being shed on them so you can have a beautiful new connection. Okay? So this is you really kind of recognizing why you are in some sort of low energy, why you have felt this sadness for so long, why you have given it, almost let it take over your life. Why haven't you did whatever you needed to do to take these swords out of your heart and take back your power? Okay? So this is you really seeing something for what it is. That could be the most painful thing, because most of the time, if for it to be the Three of Swords, this was by someone who was very close to you that betrayed you and broke your heart like that. You know? And it also looked like this could either be by someone who did it repetitively, or it could be by three different people. But whatever it was, there was some sort of lesson that Spirit wants you to see. Okay? So, wow, then you have the Page of Wands here. Again, some sort of good news, something new coming in. Something that you may even be passionate about. That's going to change how you feel. I feel like once you go through this whole journey of healing, and again, seeing these two cups and really relinquishing the past, leaving it alone, knowing that what has happened, you can't go back and change it. This is where the healing is going to take place. And this is where you're going to be more open to accept new healthy connections. You're not who you used to be. And I feel like this Page of Wands here is going to show you all these new journeys that you can go on in this life. I feel like you're going to get your passion back in some area of your life to experience new things. And maybe with this Page of Pentacles, maybe because the Page of Pentacles can be some unexpected money. It could be a job offer or something like that. But it's some good news. Both of these pages, Page of Wands and Page of Pentacles, speak of some good news, you know? So this is a really good reading, but it's very insightful, Pisces, because it's going to take you actually doing the groundwork to let something go, to let some pain go. You know, people can do things in a very careless way. But again, like I spoke on, you know, for the first deck in Pisces, I said something about that shadow side of your life, you know, wanting to see the good in everyone and allowing yourself to be taken advantage of by ruthless or devious people. This is what this looks like. You trusted someone and they took advantage of your trust and you're heartbroken because of it. But it's time for you to release that. It's nothing you can do to change it. So once you release it, I feel like this is when you're going to be more open to travel and go see things and do things differently and, you know, meet new people and experience new things. And that's going to give you that vitality, that it's like that spice in your life that you've been looking for again. You know? Okay. So first deck in Pisces, that is your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, this is for November. Some of you all may have some traveling that you're planning on doing. Okay. Pull these up. we are going to get into a reading for my second decan Pisces. Your ruling planet is the moon. And so, of course, second decan Pisces, for your oracle cards, I am going to use the Moonology deck. Okay? And the Moonology deck, these are oracle cards, and they're by Yasmin Boland. Okay? So I'm going to use these. Since your ruling planet is the moon. Okay, so let's read on some of the stuff with this moon here. And again, you can go back and look at the colors. Now, I do see yellow in this one. So let me see what... So yellow is about opportunity. Yellow is about spontaneity. It's about enthusiasm. And it connects with your solar plexus chakra, right? Again, Pisces energy, solar plexus chakra. I'm sorry, sacral chakra is the second deck. Okay. So your solar plexus chakra is about I can, what you can do, how you feel, speaking those things into existence. Okay. All right. And the moon is connected more with your throat chakra. And so your throat chakra, I didn't even pull the card. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Oh, it's right here. Okay. So this is connected with the fifth chakra, okay? So your throat chakra. And the energy of the throat chakra supports our ability to communicate clearly and truthfully, okay? So let's see. I'm going to read on that moon. Okay. So this is about perception, second decan Pisces, and I'll read about with the I'm sorry. So maybe I should do it the other way because, okay. So second decan Pisces. Second decan Pisces, you're born between March the 1st and March the 10th. Your ruling planet is the moon. Your good qualities are your natural empath, just like the first decan Pisces, but with the ability to redeem yourself. And since the moon is your ruling planet, you are great at picking up on others' energy. And this make you want to help them. This make you want to help them solve their problems and, kind of get through things in life. Now, with that said, the shadow side for you, second decan Pisces, is not setting healthy boundaries when it comes to who you give your energy to. And this could lead to either sensory overload or resentment. Okay. So maybe sometimes you feel a little bit taken advantage of because you give too much of yourself. Maybe you don't like to accept certain things. And sometimes, again, that can lead to resentment because if you're always giving and when it's time to receive, you're kind of pushing it away or saying no, thank you, or something like that, then you could just feel depleted, and you're picking up on a lot of people energy, and that could, within itself, can be exhausting, especially as an empath. Okay. All right. So with the moon here, your ruling planet, the moon, ruler of Cancer, speaks of the deep inner river of emotions, what motivates you, how you experience and express your feelings, and how you nurture and need nurturance. In your astrology chart, the moon is as important as the sun, even though it's much smaller. By a coincidence of relative size and distance from our earthly perspective, the sun and the moon, our symbols of consciousness and unconsciousness, appear to be the same size. And this proportion makes eclipses possible. The moon cycles through the zodiac in 27.5 days, changing signs every 2 days and coloring our moods, habits, and behaviors. Now, the action with the moon card is first perceive what unspoken emotional inner calling and patterns drive you. Look to your own moon sign. When you cooperate with your moon's emotional motivation, you'll find it easier to walk in harmony with your path. Next, investigate the needs and wants of those around you. The emotions underneath the surface actually run this show. Those primary drives are expressed through habits and actions, nuance and expression, rather through words. Look for the underground ocean. It carries the soul's energy. Speak to the insecurities that slow this process. Act in a way that helps others feel nurtured, warm, and emotionally connected. Make them feel at home. Tend the food, water, the home base. Like the moon, the energy in this situation will wax and wane. So assesses the current phases and work with those cycles. The challenge with this card is look to your feelings rather than logic to move this situation forward. Notice any strange responses to anxiety, touchy personal defenses, neptocism, subjectivity, or insecurity either in your motivation or in those around you. Tend to the fear that lies underneath these behaviors. The gift when you see this card, you are one with the ebb and flow. Watch which sign the moon occupies each day and let the moon teach you about its phases. Align yourself with those tides and make your life easier. Okay, so second decan Pisces. This is really about you being true to yourself. This is about you facing your challenges, you know, and understanding, since the moon is your ruling planet, understanding the ebb and the flow and the different phases that the moon go through, which can help be some sort of like almost like a blueprint to how you can do things. It'll help you understand yourself and your emotions a little better, right? And your perception of things. So we're going to go ahead and get into a reading for you. Put this here. And this is you also, second decan Pisces, setting healthy boundaries for yourself, speaking up for yourself and saying, this is too much. This is, I don't want to do this. I've had enough. I need to step away. I need to regroup, saying how you feel. Okay. Show the world the real you. Full moon in Aquarius. Okay. So, now we do have, what did I say about that energy about the moon phase? Let's see, we do have a first quarter moon in Aquarius on November the 20th, I think between the 20th and the 22nd. So an Aquarius rules the thyroid hormones, the calf and the ankles. And so the Achilles, things like that, right? And so, again, this could be a time when you want some sort of emotional freedom. okay, around that time, around November, between the 20th and 22nd. Maybe you're kind of, speaking freely, kind of being yourself. And because you understand your own emotions so well, it's creating a good energy around you around that time. So let's see. I'm going to read from the Moonology deck. It says, show the world the real you, full moon in Aquarius. Okay, so this card belongs to the message from the cosmos that you need to detach a little from whatever situation you're asking about. Someone might be keeping you at arm's length now, but it's no bad thing. It's important for you to allow life to unfold and progress, even if change seems like a frightening prospect. If you've been holding yourself back from showing the world the real you, this card reminds you that your unique characteristics are what makes you special. In a relationship, are you being too aloof or detached? Go ahead and be yourself in whatever is coming up for you. Be aware of your feelings, but also be prepared to move on. Additional meanings for this card is, don't lose the beauty and romance of life. You are too much in your head. Get into your heart. A friend needs you. Be there for them. A situation is going to take a very unexpected turn. So the teaching with this card, second deck in Pisces, is every full moon is a time to release and let go. But the addition of Aquarian energy to mix triples that message. Aquarius is the opposite of clingy, and pulling this card at this time suggests either you need to let go or someone is thinking they are the ones who need to let go, perhaps of you. What needs to go? What is the right thing to do? Whatever happens next could be highly unconventional or unexpected. So, again, around that time, you may be deciding for November that either you need to let something in your life go, or possibly even someone go, or maybe they're feeling that way about you. But there is some sort of change coming to a situation here, second deck in Pisces, that I kind of feel like you're going to, kind of prepare yourself for. But I do feel like you are equipped to deal with this. If you feel like someone is too clingy, you may be making a change. Or if someone feels like you're too clingy, they may be making a change, okay? So there is some sort of significant change, or maybe you just feel kind of swamped. This doesn't even have to be romance. This could be maybe you feel swamped or overwhelmed. Maybe this could be by a connection in your family. It could be by friends or something. But you're being encouraged to kind of take the lead in a situation and listen to yourself. Like, don't allow yourself to become overwhelmed with someone else's stuff, okay? All right, so we're going to go ahead and get into this reading for you. I want to pull some tarot cards. Hold on. I'm just trying to get all this other stuff from off of the table. Kind of let that energy go from the first deck in Pisces so we can get a reading for you. Okay, so I'm going to shuffle these cards. Second deck in Pisces. See if it comes out. Show the world the real you. So this may be a time where you're speaking up more for yourself. You feel emotionally free or something, maybe something has you feeling kind of bogged down, or just almost like there could be like a feeling of obligation or something that is no longer working for you. Maybe you're outgrowing something. This could be a job. This could be a family member. It could be anything it could be in your life. But maybe you feel like it's kind of like just holding on to you too tight. Or this could be someone that feels this way about you. But there's definitely some change coming to a situation here for you. Okay, so are the cards? Okay. Oh, all right. So you have the Knight of Swords, but it's in reverse. And this speaks of some sort of missed opportunity, something that's happening out of your control. It's just speaking on this again, something that's out of your control, feeling kind of left behind. Maybe, you're feeling like someone is kind of being rude around this time. And or maybe you feel like somebody is kind of like they're not agreeing with your plans or something that you're doing, and or somebody is kind of trying to throw your plans off whack. So maybe you feel like that's where the clinginess is coming in, or someone could feel this way about you. The Emperor here. And again, that's Aquarius energy. So an Aquarius could be significant in your life around this time because that full moon in Aquarius and that Knight of Swords is Aquarius energy as well. Okay. So it could be somebody who has Aquarius in their Jupiter. So then you have the Emperor here. So this is about you trying to create some level of stability, something that, some sort of structure. Maybe you feel like you want to use your voice more. You want to show your power a little bit more. You may want to show something. Maybe you're tapping into the masculine side of yourself more around this time, and kind of putting your foot down, speaking up for yourself, saying what's on your mind, saying how you feel. The Justice card is here. So yeah, there's some sort of karmic justice coming to a situation. There's definitely some balance that's needed. And maybe this has been on your mind for a while. This could also speak of consequences. It could speak of someone who, maybe want to even apologize, someone who want to show that they have integrity or something like this. Or maybe this is you. So, put yourself where you belong, or, where the other person belongs in your life. But there also may even be something legally going on that is taking place. So maybe this is something that's job related. That's, where a lot of your time is being pulled towards something, and you may have to speak up for yourself. If you feel like, it could be a job that's asking you to do a lot of overtime, and you kind of maybe you said yes one or two times or something. So it's almost like they're expecting for you to do something around this time. And you may be telling them, hold on, like I have plans. But this is somebody who kind of wants to upset your plans and kind of wants you to do things their way. And this could be a supervisor, right? This could even be somebody who maybe tried to insinuate that if you don't do something their way, that, you're going to throw things off balance or something. But I feel like you're going to be truthful and honest and show the world the real you, show someone the real side of you, how you feel, and you want something to be handled with integrity, right? You've learned a lot of valuable life lessons, and I do feel like this may be something where somebody maybe, well, maybe we need to overlook your contract. Maybe we need to look over your contract again because you said you were available to do this and now you're changing your mind. It's something like that. Almost feel like a game of sort of manipulation or something. Yeah, the Tower moment. I said a game of manipulation before I even pulled the card. Okay, yeah. So I do see something hard kind of coming, just a difficult situation. This looks like a misunderstanding here, and somebody who just doesn't agree with the way that you're doing things. This could be some sort of sudden upheaval. I do feel like somebody may be kind of stroking their ego. Maybe they feel like that they have the upper hand in the situation here. Trying to just cause some sort of confusion in your life around this time. Yeah, the Two of Swords here. This is also about balance. I do feel like you're going to have to make a decision pertaining to something. This is like maybe you trying to say, okay, I can't work this weekend, and I'm just using the job thing as an example. Like I can't do overtime this time because I already had plans, but I can do it next week or next month or something like that. Yeah, this is someone who's trying, because you could feel really burdened at this time. I do feel like somebody is, they may be kind of like over exerting their power, or almost feel like the energy that, somebody is kind of trying to, it's like they're overloading you with something. And this is a time where you're trying to stand up for yourself. You may feel like you already have a lot on your shoulders, a lot that you're trying to do, a lot of things that you're trying to handle. This could be in your home life, this could be in your work life. You just have a lot that you're already trying to take care of. And then this person is trying to impose sort of what they want you to do, even if it doesn't fit into your plans or something. You have a Fool card here. So with the Fool card, this is you kind of looking at something in a new way, or trying to figure out what your options are. Do you want to take, you don't want to make a foolish decision, but I do see you kind of looking at what's fair and what's not. Is somebody being truthful? Is somebody being honest? Are they doing something with integrity? Um, is the contract that you signed, is it more in their favor, or is it balanced? I do feel like, somebody may try to use this against you, like you're not really committed to something. I almost feel like a guilt trip is being played around this time. So you may be looking at other options. You may, without saying too much, you may start to look at your other options out here, just to see if you will be able to take that leap of faith and kind of do things in a different way. And then you have the Two of Cups here. And again, that Cancer energy, the moon sign is ruled by Cancer energy here. So I do feel like if you face a Tower moment, you're going to have some sort of support here. So I don't feel like you're dealing with this just all on your own. I do feel like you will have some sort of support, some sort of healing, somebody that kind of help you rebuild from a Tower moment, somebody who can bring some sort of balance to this situation and just make sense of it. This could also be, some of you all may be getting proposed to, or there may be some sort of engagement too. You have the Two of Wands here. Yeah, Two of Wands, Two of Swords here. Yeah, a decision. You're going to have to make some sort of choice. Maybe you're hesitant to make this choice. Maybe you're kind of hesitating. Should you stay, or should you move forward with your travels? What should you do? Should you stay or should you go? I feel like you're trying to figure out what you want to do in a situation. You're going to be trying to figure something out. The Four of Wands here. Aries could be significant in your life too, because Aries is coming out. It's here, here, and here. But I feel like whatever decision that you're making, I do feel like you're going to figure out what's best for you. And this is where the emotional freedom is coming from, right? Because I do feel like someone has you feeling burdened with this Ten of Wands. Now, the Ten of Wands can also be you feeling like you're being taken for granted, right? Or it could speak of some sort of delay, something that's really slowing you down because you've taken on too much, right? And so this is almost like you finding a way to depend on your community, or some level of support, or something. This could be someone, maybe you already had some sort of event planned, some happy event that you were going to, right? It could have been something, it could have been a wedding, it could have been, some sort of celebration or a surprise party, something that you already had planned, that I feel like someone wants you to kind of put on the back burner for them. You may have something that you're planning in November to attend, and you're trying to decide on whether you should go to that, or whether you should do what someone else wants you to do. You know? But I do feel that communication is going to take, I feel like you're going to find a way to, I almost feel like you're going to find a way to get your way, or something, Temperance here. I feel like you're going to deal with something in a peaceful way. You're going to voice your opinion. You may be in a very good energy around that time. So I don't feel like you're going to do something in a very negative way, an aggressive, abrasive way, or disrespectful or anything. But I do feel like you're going to find a way to deal with this situation to bring peace to it. Even if somebody's trying to be a bully in some way, like a bully boss or something, I do feel like you're going to find a way to deal with this in a peaceful way. Maybe you all can come to some sort of you're going to compromise. Like again, like I use the example, I can't do overtime this weekend or this week, but I can do it. I can be there. I can take up for this person's shift 2 weeks from now or something like that. I do feel like you're going to resolve this. And a lot of this has to do with where your energy is, because when you feel like you can be yourself, and you're just, you're problem solving, you're communicating, someone is, trying to kind of test you in a way. I do feel like there is going to be a situation where you're going to handle something the right way. Now, this may kind of leave a bad taste in your mouth that somebody is trying to even manipulate you or get over on you. So I do see that you might just kind of say, okay, let me just deal with this right now until I find something better, or something like that. But you may just kind of keep your resume open or, something. And I'm just using the job thing as an example. It could even be a relationship in your life, a family member, someone who you view as family or whatever. I kind of feel like somebody wants you to put your plans aside for them. And this is something that you're not willing to do. But I do feel like you're going to handle this in a very peaceful, tactful way, though. Yeah, so there may be a kind of a rift or a misunderstanding that you have to work through in November. Yeah, you have the Page of Wands here. So I do feel like some good news is going to come out of this Tower moment. You're going to be optimistic about because you're going to have some level of support too. So this is you not letting this situation really get you down, but really using it to your advantage. And again, I feel like you're going to have some sort of support. I do feel like you're going to have people rooting you on. I do feel like you're going to be looked at as courageous because you did stand up for yourself, and you didn't let somebody kind of manipulate you to throw your plans away for them. Wow. Then you have the Sun card here. Second decan Pisces. I love this. This is positivity, freedom, fun, success, optimism, vitality, joy, confidence, self-expression, good luck, enthusiasm, happiness, truth, openness, and pregnancy. So beautiful. You do have an amazing, beautiful. I love this outcome for you. I really do. Because it does look like you're going to handle this like a boss. It does look like you're going to handle this situation in the right way, but you're also going to find your voice. It's like if you have been kind of letting someone get over on you and you've been giving too much and now you feel kind of burdened, I feel like you're going to put a stop to this. It's like you're going to, because I almost feel like somebody's asking too much of you and they're really not taking you into consideration. And as long as you say yes, 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 they're going to keep taking. But this is you really saying, okay, enough is enough. Like I really have to think about myself. And I'm not about to put my plans on the back burner again for you. Something like that. Yeah. So I do feel like some sort of, but I don't feel like you're going to come out and say it like that. I just kind of feel like you're going to compromise in some way, but I do feel like you won't forget that this person did try to almost force their way of doing something on you. And I feel like that's going to rub you the wrong way. And this is going to open the door for you to want to make some sort of significant change. Okay. I mean, I do feel like you're going to do this in a very brave way. And I see a really good outcome for you. Okay. All right. So second decan Pisces. That is your reading. That is your reading for the month of November. At the bottom of the deck, second decan Pisces, it said, nothing will come of this situation, void the course moon. Yeah. I feel like somebody kind of wants you to do something their way, even if it's not putting you, even if it's not, helpful to you, or it's putting you in a bad situation or something. All right. And then we're going to get into the third decan reading. The third decan Pisces. The reading from the third decan. All right, all right, all right. Okay. So we have Mars for my and Pluto that rules for my third decan, Pisces. Okay. And I'm going to use the Oracle cards for you, the Starseed Oracle deck, okay, by Rebecca Campbell. So that's what I'm going to use for you. Okay. So third decan Pisces. You're born between March the 11th and March the 20th. Your ruling planets are Pluto and Mars, okay? And I'll read on what Pluto and Mars represent. The good qualities about you, third decan Pisces, is that you embody the deep emotional insight of a Pisces with an eagerness for action like an Aries. You are not afraid to take risks and try something new. And you create the change that you want in your life. You don't sit around and wait for something to change for you. You just go out there and make it change yourself. And that's with you being on that cusp, closer to the cusp of Aries, okay? Now, the shadow qualities about you, third decan Pisces, is that you could be seen as aggressive or impatient when things are not going your way or it's not going at the pace that you want it to go. And this could lead to misunderstandings, and it can give off the impression of you that you're only concerned about yourself, that you're not concerned about others' well-being. Okay. All right. So let's get into what this Pluto and Mars energy is all about. Okay. So for Mars, a mythological god of war and the traditional ruler of Aries and Scorpio, speaks of independence, enterprise, and willfulness, aggression, passion, and defenses, including your body's defenses, such as your immune system. Mars takes 1.9 Earth years to go around the zodiac. So your terrible twos, when you learn to say no and yes and demand things, was the expression of your first Mars return. Mhm. Action. Mars urges you to take action, any action. But this can get you into trouble. Jump into motion, but stay in the driver's seat and think through the consequences of your moves. Mars is raw energy, and like the motor of a fine sports car, it can take you far if you add wisdom and guidance. Mars wants you to develop your strength and bravery. So work out and develop muscles or rescue the proverbial underdog. The proverbial underdog. Boldly go where you have not gone before and passionately dive into life. Mars loans you the competitive edge to obtain a fiercely desired goal and teaches That for your, and teaches that for your yes to truly mean yes, and your no needs to be respected. Know that, now, hold on, wait a minute. Oh my gosh, my class. Okay. Know what you want and don't want, and be aware of those desires and the people around you. Learn to fight and fight fairly. Stand your ground with grace and compete against your own personal best. If you are in a difficult situation, it could take real strength and willpower to transform or escape. You may need to dig in your heels so you are not pushed around, or pull out your sword to draw a clear line in the sand. Do what needs to be done. Just make sure it's the right thing. The challenge with this is domineering willfulness, misuse of sexuality, anger, belligerence, and a warlike mentality are the shadow side of Mars. Break the momentum if your situation heads downhill. Stop for a moment and think through your next move. The gift with the Mars planet is the higher note of Mars energy manifests as a divine guardian, your potent inner first responder who is ready to be the hero in a dangerous situation and protect you and yours. So that is your Mars ruling energy, third deck in Pisces. And then let's look at this Pluto energy here and see what's going on with this. With that, so let's kind of ponder on what this Mars energy is about. But this is you standing up for yourself, but also not being overly aggressive. This is you, like they said, take out your sword and put that line in the sand. Also, this is a time for you not to be pushed around. And that's just it's about setting healthy boundaries too, and standing your ground, but with grace, and doing what's best for yourself and what needs to be done too. So, but if you see something is going downhill, or you're being a little too aggressive, or you're not seeing something a from the correct perspective, this is a time for you to break that momentum and kind of change things so you can get it to move in the right direction. Okay, this isn't about self-sabotage, but this is about you standing up for yourself when you need to, and setting healthy boundaries and making those boundaries clear so you're not being pushed around. Okay, all right, now let's get into what this Pluto energy is about. Pluto, planet of rebirth. Pluto is the modern ruler of Scorpio and is a powerful planetoid that takes 248 years to transverse the zodiac. Pluto and Chiron, the largest of its five moons, circle each other and create a binary system. Most myths connected to Pluto, god of the underworld, have two major characters: the one who descends into the underworld to return reborn, and the one who either sends souls down to the underworld or greets them on arrival. From Pluto and Proserpina to Seth and Osiris, and in Anna and Ereshkigal, both sides of the willingness to be reborn again into their empowered divine self describe Pluto's influence. Pluto was also lord of mining, retrieving valuables from deep within the earth. Now, the action with Pluto calls for three actions. First, to dig deep. Second, to be willing to transform. And third, to use power wisely. Pluto calls you to drill down, dig up what is worthy, and bring it to the surface. Then rinse away the dirt and uncover the gold. Bring up riches whenever you dig deep into your soul's work. Notice obsessions. These signs of stress must be listened to and healed, but don't allow them to control you. Pluto reminds you that you can't hold on to the past, but you can take care of yourself. To begin this work, you may have to let go of an old form, as a caterpillar must become a butterfly. Mourn what you've left behind, then get curious about what is about to arrive. Examine the power or dynamics of the situation. Neither give yourself away nor misuse your power over others. Step out of a power struggle and into self empowerment. The challenge with Pluto's shadow side can bring up obsession, depression, mortality, and grief. Pluto plays hardball to get a guide for this realm if is needed. Now, the spiritual gift with the Pluto planet is Pluto asks you, in the face of life and death, why are you here? This isn't a rhetorical question. Strip down to the essentials and come back to what really matters to find the answer. Okay? So, with that Pluto energy and this Mars energy, this is you getting to the core of situations of who you are, using your power the right way, not abusing your power over others. People who kind of want to, it's almost as if you're going to see how you can have things to work in your favor, right? And when you see that you know how to make something work in your favor, that's like you've delved deep into a situation. You've delved deep, you look deep within yourself, you know. You've gotten that shadow side of your life. You've pulled whatever dirtiness into the light, rinsed it off, cleaned it, and now you have something that's powerful. But how are you going to use it? And with Mars and Pluto being your ruling planet, you could have heavy Scorpio placement because these two planets actually rule over Scorpio energy as well. Maybe a Scorpio is significant in your life, or again, you have Scorpio placement, okay? But this is about transformation and knowing how to use your power. Again, some people, like I said, some people may feel like you are in the energy where, you know, you're misunderstood, right? You're misunderstood sometimes, and you can give off the impression that you're only concerned about yourself, and that's where that power lies. But it's also about you setting healthy boundaries and not letting people take advantage of you, because maybe you feel like you have to be aggressive sometimes because people take advantage of you, you know? So it's like maybe sometimes you play a little dirty because you're like, okay, let me dish out what you gave to me. But that's not the way to deal with things. The way to deal with it is set those healthy boundaries in the beginning. Let people know what your boundaries are. When they cross them, you can let them go without any guilt. But if they don't cross them, then you all build a very beautiful relationship. But you have the power to, if somebody cross those boundaries, you know how to manipulate things to exert your power over them in some way, especially with you being on sort of like on that cusp of Aries energy. You can find innovative ways to outsmart people and to use your power, but that also can backfire. So this is about you just understanding who you are on a deeper level and then setting those healthy boundaries, because when you know who you are, you know what boundaries to set. You know what your triggers are. You know what sets you off. Right? Okay. So we're going to pull an oracle card for you. Let's see. And that's what I meant to do. I meant to tap into that, read that root chakra for you, because that Mars energy represents that, it corresponds with the root chakra. So let me Hold on, that's what I forgot. I should have pulled that transformation card too. I think I am going to pull that one too. Okay, the transformation card, so we can read on that one. Where's the root chakra? Where is the root chakra? Okay, the first chakra, here it is. Okay, so first chakra, the root chakra, about what you have, and this represents your level of security, how you feel secure, safe, whether it's your money that makes you feel safe and secure, whatever it is. But that root chakra also it's at the base of the spine. And when you hear people talk about that kundalini healing, that's just what they're talking about. Something moving from the base, the energy moving from the base of the spine up to your crown chakra. But let's talk about what this first chakra means. The energy of the root chakra supports our sense of safety in a physical world and reminds us to enjoy our physical bodies. Okay, and again, that so Scorpio, like I spoke of in the, because we have a Scorpio moon. I mean, we have, hold on. We have a new moon in Scorpio on November the 13th. And again, Scorpio rules the genitals, the anus, the prostate, and the urethra, which is in that first chakra energy there. Okay. So this is really corresponding with that. And this is when you're trying to look for more in depth and meaningful connections, opposed to these shallow connections, the connections that are just sexual based. You want something that speaks to your soul. And if it doesn't, I kind of feel like that's where you're drawing that line in the sand and saying, this is not okay. This isn't what I want. I'm not going to be taken advantage of emotionally or in any other way. This is you really standing up for yourself, even if it makes someone else feel uncomfortable, right? And that you revealing the dirty side of a connection, so you're not creating these bad karmic situations or trauma bonding situations with people. It's like you setting up healthy boundaries to prevent that from happening. Okay, and then let's speak about the transformation, since Pluto is about transformation. Okay, it says the energy of transformation supports our ability to gracefully flow through times of transition, allowing the old to make room for the new. And remember, with the Pluto card, it says delving deep, digging up what's dirty, what's meaningful, bringing it up to the surface, cleaning it off, and then now you have gold. So taking something that's old, that's buried deep, kind of cleaning it up, and then making it new, transforming something. Okay, all right. So again, let's go ahead and see what oracle card comes out for you. Third decan, Pisces. Big picture thinking. Pleiades energy, visionary, inspired ideas. I love that. Okay, let's see what that is about. Big picture thinking. Okay. The Pleiadians are our cosmic cousins. They're here to remind us that it's never too late to learn new things and change the future. You're being called to be a visionary for the planet, to take a breath, shake off what you've been taught about the world, and hold a new vision for humanity. You're likely a natural big thinker, big picture thinker, here to generate ideas for the future, here to birth a new age and dream a new world into being. The future will be woven by dream makers like you, by those with enough courage to question the way things have been and envision new possibilities for the planet. The world needs more artists, dreamers, inventors, and visionary thinkers. Perhaps you've had an idea recently that you're being called to usher in. If so, this card is your confirmation that it's divinely guided. The Pleiadians support us in this important stage in Earth's development. They want us to know that the decision we make today will affect the well being of our planet and all its species. They're calling on you to be a leader of the future, to hold a clear vision of what's possible, to trust that vision and follow it through with daily action, to dream a new world into being, to hold your mind open and try not to worry about what others think. For it takes great courage to pave a new path, to trust a vision before it's a reality. So, your inquiry, your star seed soul inquiry is, how are you being called to step up and lead? What new ideas or creations are you being called to pursue? So, around this time, third decan Pisces, that is totally that Mars energy, that Aries type energy, that motion, moving something forward, right? And bravely doing something that others may not be open to do. This is you taking some sort of idea and turning it into reality. Maybe you're working with nature. Maybe you're working in science somewhere. That could be your calling, right? So, this is you taking something and transforming it. Or maybe some of you all have always wanted to be, um, what do you call those? Archaeologist. So maybe you thought about like digging up dinosaur bones. I'm thinking of that. I'm just thinking of something. It could even be something with working with ocean, like in the ocean, or building something in the ocean. Even working with something, maybe some of you all have you would do well in a job in some sector in NASA, ocean marine life, even technology. But there's something about you being a visionary and you taking these ideas and putting them into play in your life, making them into a reality, being brave and taking that step forward. Trailblazer. And that's why I said, like, you may have the ideas, which is definitely Pisces energy, the ideas of it, and then the action, which is that Aries energy. Pluto is about transforming it, taking it from an idea and transforming it into reality, bringing it into reality underneath the dirt, under what's hidden, washing it off, making it new, and presenting it to the world. So this is how it all comes together. Let's see what's coming out for you. Third decan Pisces. Nice, nice, nice. I like this. Three of Cups. Reconciles friends. Tales of the past, present, and future. Give dignities and honors. So a celebration here. You taking something and turning it into something beautiful, some sort of celebration, some idea that you may have on the table or that you're deciding to put forth. It may be something that really changes the world. So, yeah. or it affects all the species of the world or something. King of Wands here makes men fly into passionate rage and desires, destroys the happiness of married couples, wastes the beauty of virgins, reveals the future. So around this time, I feel like I'm gonna tell you, huh? And what did I say? That Pluto and that Scorpio energy rules like that root chakra, that security, that safety, what makes you feel good in the physical world. And I feel like around this time with this King of Wands here, some of you all are in this energy, third decan Pisces, where your ideas are going to, power makes you more appealing to people. And so some of your ideas are going to be on the level, well, it brings you a lot of good attention, right? But with this good attention, it may bring you a number of shallow connections. And I feel like you're going to be in the energy where you don't really want those shallow connections. It comes, it goes, it's something you want, something that is meaningful. Something that speaks to your soul, something that is real. So I feel like something about your popularity may really increase, and it's going to bring you a lot of attention, you know? And sometimes you're going to have to set up some healthy boundaries because there will be people that want to take advantage of that power, you know? The Hangman. So this is teaches natural and planetary sciences. Lights corpse, lights above graves, and moves bodies so the souls may be stolen. So this is about that sacrifice, right? You being enlightened. Are you going to be sacrificing your dreams? Are you going to allow someone to take credit for your hard work? Or are you going to put those clear boundaries in place? If you take something from the deep depths of your memory out of the soil, so to speak, and rinse it off, an old idea or some sort of new idea that even comes in, and you rinse it off and you perfect it and you get all the kinks out of it, and then you present it, are you going to let someone take advantage of that? Because I see for some of you all, you may be in some form of science where you may come out with some groundbreaking sort of idea, something that changes the world in some way. And I see if you don't put some sort of healthy boundary into place, there's a chance that somebody may want to take this right up under you and slow you down. So you're going to have to find, with this hangman, you're going to have to find a unique way to see something, to do something. So you're not sacrificing yourself. So you're not feeling taken advantage of, okay? Wheel of Fortune tells where the treasures are hidden, reveals hidden dangers. Something moving forward, something changing in your life in the right direction, right? Motion, something in motion, Mars. Something turning over, right? I feel like this hidden treasures, it's your mind, it's some ideas. You have a plethora of ideas that you could kind of keep hidden away. Maybe you have a book of ideas, something like that. But I feel like whatever this is, third decan Pisces, this is I almost feel like it's groundbreaking for you. And it has the power to change your life and to change something about the world or something about species, a certain species or something. Let me see what else. Seven of Cups here. Six of Pentacles. Two of Wands. Nine of Wands. There's Three of Cups and Seven of Cups here. I feel like upon a celebration is going to bring a lot of attention to you with this Three of Cups, all of this, just all this good attention and things like that. But then this also makes sure options open up. Illusions of what's real and what's not makes one cunning in liberal science. Gives true answers on divine and secret things, able to turn others into different forms and convince them that the change is real. Now that's power. That's what I'm saying. I feel like, I don't know why, I feel like some of you all are in the scientific field and you're going to you're going to figure something out. Oh, I just heard mad scientists. You're going to come up with some real good idea or solve something. And this may be something you can put your name on. Yeah. You have the Six of Pentacles here too. And this Six of Pentacles teaches astrology and liberal science, reveals hidden treasures, and bring excellent familiars. So some sort of good karma, something that you're doing. This is what I'm saying. And the King of Wands is crowning the Six of Pentacles. I'm telling you, some of y'all got a lot of attention coming your way, some power coming your way. And I'm going to tell you, you're going to be able to have the pick of the litter with you. But I feel like that's going to wear itself out real quick, because just as quick as these people are coming in, they're leaving. They're shallow. You're going to figure out they're just there for the hype. They're just there. They're clout chasers, coattail riders, or something like that. And this is going to invoke you it's going to invoke those feelings of wanting something more deeper, more real, something that speaks to your soul. Okay? Because all the glitz and glamour and fame and, having your name in lights is amazing. But when you got a bunch of people that's like energy vampires coming towards you, you're kind of like, oh, that gets tired real quick. And this is what I'm saying. Something is going to get tired. You're going to get tired of something real quick. And you're going to want something that has substance to it, okay? Some sort of connections, real connections. Then you have the Hanged One here, and you have Two of Wands here. So I do feel like you're going to have a choice to make. And this has a lot to do with sacrificing. This has a lot to do with you seeing something from a different perspective and what decision you want to make. I almost feel like you're going to be at a crossroads in some area of your life on what you want to do. Because again, with this Mars energy, this is you putting something into motion, but also standing up for yourself. When it means that you have to put your heels in the sand and say, I'm not budging on this. This is my idea. This is what I have worked so hard on. This is what I am doing. I'm not budging on this. These are my boundaries. This is, it's something like that I see with you, because it's almost as if somebody wants you to sacrifice something that is really important to you. And within sacrificing that, you're losing a beautiful part of yourself or something that is priceless. So with this Two of Wands here, this is you making a decision. This says tales of the past and the future can make one intelligent and bold. Yeah, again, standing up for yourself. The Two of Wands is Aries energy. Again, Mars energy, So these are your ruling planets, and this is where I feel like that vitality is coming in with you, third decan Pisces. You have the Wheel of Fortune here crowning the Nine of Wands, and this Nine of Wands says, a strong and faithful fighter follows all commands and answers all questions. So I do feel like you're willing to stand up for yourself, and any sort of hidden dangers will be revealed to you. If somebody's trying to get over on you, I feel like you're going to see it. You're going to see it and be able to deal with this accordingly. And that's where, remember when I said that it's almost as if some people may feel like, that you're coming off where you're only concerned about yourself. Or something like that, like you give off the impression that you're only concerned about yourself, because you could be a little, maybe you're having to be assertive, but they're rewording it as if you're being aggressive. But I feel like this is a time where you're going to have to do what you have to do because you embody, like I said, the deep emotions, emotional insight of a Pisces, but with that eagerness for action, like an Aries. Okay. All right. So let's keep going. You have the Chariot here. Yes, something, Three of Cups, Cancer could be significant. Seven of Cups is that Scorpio energy there. But with this Chariot, it says Sour of Discord, Slayer of Men. So you being able to run right over something, stay focused, move forward in a fast way. Some of you all will have, like, you'll be escorted somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So you may be riding in a limo or riding, getting like some sort of, like, maybe it's police that's escorting you or something, but this is you kind of, maybe, I don't know, maybe you're paying for security, or I don't know, it's like maybe you have a limo driver, I don't, it's something, you're being escorted somewhere, and there's celebration, there's happiness, there's joy, there's like some sort of celebration, but there's also an opportunity for like some sort of illusion here, some sort of something about you seeing something for what it is beyond the illusion, you know? The Star card, what did I tell you, is clarifying the King of Wands and the Six of Pentacles. Wow. Can cause love or hate. Can make one ignorant or without sense. Delivers familiars from other magicians. Can move one from one place to place. Move one from place to place. So I do feel like, I'm not going to lie to you, third decan Pisces, I do feel like some of you all are going to have, you're going to almost be moving in gluttony, because you're going to have so many people moving, coming at you. You're going to be moving around a lot. This could be due to a job. Maybe you're going to different city, town, states. Maybe you're something like that. But it's like you're going to be moving around a lot, like a star. Like you see stars. They have, they have their trucks, their limos. They have all this stuff. They're escorted here, this, that, and the other. They have their security team, the lights, everything, reporters all in their face, all this kind of stuff. So you may be a star in your own right, but this is also going to attract a lot of attention to you. And this could be just from, all this is originating from you solving something, an idea that you're transforming into something that's real, that may have an effect on the society, or like species or something. I feel like it's something scientific. Justice, the Justice card. Tell how the angels fail. Reveals the past, present, and future. Teaches the liberal science. Yeah. Something is balancing in your life in a way with the hangman. So the hangman is about stalled energies, kind of sitting there, kind of waiting, kind of taking the time to ponder on something, to see it from a different perspective, where the Two of Wands is about moving energy. So this is about you finding a balance between moving and staying still, knowing when to stand still, knowing when to move. A lot of insight, a lot of learning, a lot of teaching. Learning from your past, being aware of your present situation, seeing it from a different perspective. And that's playing a role in the decisions you're making with this Two of Wands about where you want to go in the future. Or where you want things to go in the future. Ten of Wands here, causes and cures diseases. Tells secrets and things hidden, can make one shapeshift. Wow. Wow. Wheel of Fortune, Nine of Wands, Ten of Wands. Wow, okay. So if you're the cause of something, you also have the cure for it too. Maybe this is what something is. Maybe you're finding the cure to something. That's why I keep saying I can't shake this. This is almost like you're fine something to do with science. You're fine. Some of you all work in a lab, research, something you're coming up with an idea. It's going to be the cure to something you're finding. You have a code or something. You're finding a way to do something where other people have not they haven't done it, and your name is on this. You're getting the recognition for this. You deserve the recognition for this. You're able to find out secrets or things that are hidden. You can make something change right before people's eyes or shape shift. You can change their mind. You can change what they see like a magician. Okay. Outcome, the Nine of Cups, teaches logic, ethics, and the value of herbs and stones. Can make one invisible, helps one to be intelligent and long lived, can recover lost items and find treasures. I don't know who you are, third decan Pisces. I don't know. But I feel like you about to do some life changing type stuff. And when I tell y'all I'm so serious about this, something you may even stumble upon this without even realizing. It's almost maybe you're even doing something by mistake, and it's a cure that you're stumbling upon by mistake or something, or it's just an idea where you're like, well, maybe I should just try this, and voila, there it is. I feel like you're coming up with something that is like going to be world known, like the world is going to know about it, or it's going to be some, I don't know, it could even be something that is, I don't, oh my gosh, that's worldwide, or it's, I feel like it's going to make you a star, or like with this chariot, this is like moving fast moving. Then you got the Wheel of Fortune here. You're really going to stand up for your beliefs and what you want and your idea and put a lot of passion behind it. And I feel like, oh my goodness, this something is life changing. And it's like you're kind of getting what you want, a wish coming true for you. Pleiades energy, visionary, inspired ideas. That was your card to start off with. What's at the bottom? Breath of the cosmos, my will to thy will, micromanaging the universe. Wow. So some of you all are getting some downloads that's coming directly from the universe. Wow. Almost feel like you're going to see something or almost learn something that it's almost otherworldly or something, and you'll be able to use it here like oh my god, I don't know whether this is coming in from a dream. I don't know whether this is something or just an idea that you had put away and now you're just kind of like digging it up and using it again or something. But wow. Okay. So that is your reading for all three decan Pisces. I told you this was going to be a very long reading for you all because I wanted to get into detail about a number of things. And so we're going to close this reading out. We're going to close this reading out with Okay, so Pisces, I'm going to close this reading out here by pulling some oracle cards from the spell casting oracle cards, okay? Just kind of want to see, and this is for all 3 decans of Pisces. You rule the 12th house. You are a water sign. A mutable sign. You correspond with the Sacral Chakra. I feel what you feel. Okay. And this is just the general reading to kind of close this, wrap this up. Transformation. Something changes on its way. Some sort of change is on its way in your life around this time, Pisces. So let's see. Transformation. It's been a long and arduous journey through the dark night of the soul. Nobody held you, sympathized with you, or dried your tears, nor did they congratulate or praise you. This was your path to walk alone, with only the misery of isolation for company. However, as you faced up to obstacles and challenges, a process of understanding and forgiveness has enabled you to embrace the parts that serve you. As one who has walked through the darkness, you're now ready to emerge and be brightly transformed so you can now hold the energy of both dark and light, knowing and wisdom, and balance. So, the meaning for this, the magical meanings for this is your prayers are answered. A spiritual awakening changes your perception. Keep your focus positive. An energetic shift propels you to dizzy new heights. Study alchemy. Okay, so let's pull some tarot cards, and then we're going to close out with one more. So this is some significant change. Some of you all, your prayers are being answered sooner than what you think. Let's pull these. Let me keep her down. Some of you all, your prayers are being answered. Something you've been trying to manifest, that you've been really wanting. Some sort of change is on its way for you. Some of you all have gone through this dark night of the soul by yourself. Whether good or bad things have happened, you didn't have anyone there to wipe your tears or to even have any sort of empathy for your struggles, or they weren't even there to celebrate the happy times in your life. But it was meant for you to walk alone on that path. That journey and that lesson was just for you and you only. So now you have the knowledge of the darkness and the light. You have that energy to carry with you to this next chapter in your life. So let's see. The Death card here. Look at how the transformation is coming out. This is like about change. You finally leaving something behind so you can move. Like with the Death, a lot of people get afraid of this card. The Death card is about transformation. It's about what needs to end so something new can take its place. So why is the Death card here? Ten of Pentacles. Look at this. Some of you all, like I said, you've been going through so many problems financially, or you've been going through the dark night of the soul. You've been wanting some sort of money. There's a transformation coming to your money. So now the thing is this. The thing is this. Listen to this. And I know some of you all are not going to want to hear what I have to say when I say this. Some of you all have been suffering financially, and you've been going through a dark night of the soul financially. You haven't really had anyone to say, here you go. Here's, here's some money. Here's a windfall. I have millions of dollars. Let me give you something to kind of get, I know you're suffering. I know, let me give you 10,000. Let me give you 20, 100,000, whatever. I'm just throwing numbers out there. But people have watched you suffer and kind of stood back. So you've gone through a dark night of the soul by yourself. And it has changed you in certain ways. This is what this death and transformation is about. It has really changed you. You know what it feels like to not to have anybody to depend on but yourself. Right? And as much as you, what's that saying, had to rob Peter to pay Paul, you found a way. But it's like now things are finally changing. With the Ten of Pentacles, this speaks of a windfall. This could speak of an inheritance. So this is, now the flip side to that is, if you've been a Pisces and you've had all of this windfall coming in, you've had all this money, you've had all these wonderful things happening, there may be a change to that. And I know that's the part that you don't want to hear. If you've had all this money flowing into your life, there's some sort of change with that. Okay? So this could be, some of you all contracts are ending, which will take away some money, and some of you all are getting some sort of new contract that will increase your finances. If you know you have been struggling financially for a very long time, longer than what you could have ever imagined, there's some sort of change coming to this. This is an increase in money. The Emperor card here. Yes, some of you all are your status is going to increase too. There could be a masculine energy around this right here. Ten of Pentacles is Virgo energy. Death card is Scorpio energy. The Emperor card is Aries energy. So those signs could be significant in your life. But this is about you being able to have more structure and discipline in your life. Of course, if you've gone through a lot of struggles and you've gone without finances or having some sort of finances for a very long time, and then you come into a windfall, of course, you're going to have structure and discipline. And this is what this Emperor comes in. King of Wands. But this may increase your popularity too. This could increase your popularity. You may start to get the kind of attention from people who, remember, you were going through a dark night of the soul. Nobody was there to wipe your tears. Nobody was there when you had celebrations and good things happening in your life to root you on. But now that someone knows about some sort of windfall coming in your life, and it's increasing your status and giving you more structure, more elbow room to move around, and more power over your own life, it's attracting a multitude of people and other possibly, suitors with that King of Wands. Strength card. Ace of Swords. The Moon card. The Six of Pentacles. So with this death, this death is crowning the Strength card. This is Leo energy. This is you having the heart and being brave and kind of just, this is almost like you having to tame the savage beast within. Because with this transformation that is coming, this is almost like an angelic thing happening. This is almost like you, because think about this, if you've gone a long time without right, just say, you've gone freaking years, possibly even decades of struggling for some of you, and then all of a sudden you come into a windfall. That does require a lot of strength and discipline to not go on a spending spree, to not be out here boasting in front of everybody and, things like that. I feel like with this 10 of Pentacles is crowning this Ace of Swords, you're going to handle something, this change that's coming in your life, because the sword could represent change. It could represent challenges. It could represent communication. But I also feel like, but this is also like an epiphany moment. This is a lot of clarity. You seeing something in a very clear way, new ideas. So I feel like with this 10 of Pentacles crowning this Ace of Swords, you're really going to find a new way of doing something. But I feel like with this Emperor crowning this Moon card, this is almost like a silent leader, a hidden power. Maybe power you don't even want people to know about. You may be structuring your life behind the scenes. People have already showed you who was going to be loyal to you and who wasn't, right? So you're getting the power to kind of see tower moments. You know this pathway. You know where the towers are. You know about the loyalty, right? You know what's hidden below the surface. This is like a silent, strong leader. Then you have the Six of Pentacles here. Some of you all, all of this is happening because of good karma. You've done a lot of, even though you were going through a dark night of the soul, you never forgot about people who were doing worse than you. Even when you really didn't have much to give, you helped. You knew it was some people out here who they were worse off than you. So maybe you were kind of like a silent giver too. Like, okay, I know what it feels like to be down out and on my luck. I'm not doing amazing, but I'm grateful for where I am. I remember where I used to be. So I don't mind giving back. So maybe you were a silent giver too. And you think the universe hasn't noticed that? You think your ancestors and your angels haven't seen that? You think the divine hasn't seen the good you've done? I just did a video outside where I spoke of some of you all have been angry or hurt or just felt, like you were in this dark night of the soul because you had sacrificed so much of yourself to people for their happiness and sort of neglected your own happiness, and you think that it has gone unnoticed. It has not gone unnoticed. You needed to walk that pathway alone. You needed to see the darkness. You needed to see so you would appreciate the light more. You carry both of those energies now. You know what it feels like to have no one to root you on and to have no one to wipe your tears. Some of you all, you only had one other person. Look, there's 3 people in this picture here. Some of you all only had one other person there to wipe your tears or to root you on. Some of you all had no one. So, yeah. I feel like something is going to change with your energy here and your life. It's almost like some life-changing situation. But I do want to clarify these cards a little more. Yeah. 5 of Cups here. This is you, the Death card, Scorpio. Scorpio energy heavy. The Death card. This is you focusing on the past too much. This is that dark night of the soul that they just spoke about when I read about the transformation. No one was there to wipe your tears. You cried alone. This energy has no one else in the picture with them. You cried alone about what you lost and what you could not get back. But there's 2 more cups here. What did I say? Maybe you and someone else that only stood by your side. When you turn around, you're going to have this new beginning here. The 7 of Swords here. So this is you having to be smart about anything that comes your way. Any sort of new thing that come in, you have to be smart about it and strategize, because you have some really sneaky people that will try to get away with your good fortune. Very deceitful people will try to talk you right out of it. Here, invest into this. Here, do this. Here, we should do that. And it's yours. Where was we when I was going through a dark night of the soul? I don't speak French. We. But no, seriously, y'all know I'm just messing with you. But this is you strategizing your way, taking what you can with you. Maybe you're looking back at what you're leaving behind, but I feel like this is not a chance. This is a time where you don't even need to look back. You've learned. You had, like it said, and I'm gonna read it again because that transformation card. I'm gonna read it again before we finish. You have the Page of Swords here, so you definitely have some people kind of looking and seeing what's going on with you, trying to get. You have a lot of birds right here in the background, messages. But I also feel like you're going to learn some valuable lessons. There are people taking back information. Somebody has been keeping an eye on you. They've watched you go through this dark night of the soul. You think that, oh, they haven't come around. That's because they know where you are. If they didn't know where you are, they would have emailed you, contacted you in some way, shape, form, or fashion to say, where are you? Da, 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 da. They haven't come around because they know exactly where you are. They've been in the shadows watching you go through this dark night of the soul. Getting information, having it, somebody watching you, taking it back to them. Seeing what you're wanting to be enlightened about, what your pathway is, where you're going, what you're doing. That's why you went through this alone. It's not that they didn't know that you were going through the dark night of the soul, or that you did not have certain things happening in your life. They've been watching the whole time. They just didn't want to get into it because they wanted to see how you were going to deal with it. But I promise you, when this 10 of Pentacles come into play, they want to have something to do with you. Knight of Swords. This is you getting what you want and standing up for yourself. Taking advantage of an opportunity too. I feel like you have learned some very valuable lessons with this whole situation here. This is you standing up for yourself and quickly taking advantage of an opportunity. This may be an opportunity for you to, when good karma come in, this could be an opportunity. Maybe you're a suitor, somebody who you really like. Maybe you're ready to settle down with that King of Wands there. Maybe you're taking advantage of a magical opportunity or something, or knowing how to use your words in a certain way to kind of get what you want or something. Wow, then you have the 6 of Swords. So you're moving into calmer waters. A better life, a better way of thinking, a better just kind of leaving hard times behind, leaving this dark night of soul, the dark night of the soul behind. Again, I'm going to read that transformation card to you because I feel like some of you all have really been going through this. You've been going through it. And you're ready for some change. This 6 of Swords speak of change in directions, moving forward, kind of, looking out to the future, making plans for something new. Okay, transformation. It's been a long and arduous journey through the dark night of the soul. Nobody held you, sympathized with you, or dried your tears, nor did they congratulate or praise you. This was your path to walk alone, with only the misery of isolation for company. However, as you faced up to those obstacles and challenges, a process of understanding and forgiveness has enabled you to embrace the parts that serve you. As one who has walked through the darkness, you're now ready to emerge and be brightly transformed so you can now hold the energy of both dark and light knowing, and wisdom in balance. So this is you having knowledge, knowing, and wisdom, and having the energy of the darkness and the light. You know both, and you have them evenly balanced now. Maybe this is something in your life was off balance, and you had to go through this alone. Now you've learned your lesson with something, you can move forward. Now let's pull one more card from this deck. And this is going to close out your reading for all 3 decans of Pisces. And again, this will be time-stamped. Wow, happiness. Nice, 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 nice. Happiness. Let's read this. Some of you all have been in the dark night of soul, and it's time for you to smile. Yes, happiness. I love this. Look, and there's another butterfly. Transformation, change. A beautiful golden bird, yellow bird. Okay, happiness. In the quest for happiness, you need to decipher what is it that truly gives you a cheery disposition. I'm sorry, a cheery disposition. Okay, a cheery disposition. This may this may be through a loving relationship, securing a top job, gaining popularity, acquiring new clothes, purchasing a shiny car, being surrounded by pets, or going on holiday. Yet, the key to happiness is to see joy and perfection in absolutely everything, which in turn gives you a buzz of magic from deep within. The feeling of elation is what you wish to experience. So focus on the positive and be the one to turn frowns upside down. Get everyone smiling. When you choose happiness, your mood is elevated and you tap into a limitless supply of joy. Happy days. The magical meaning with this card is an event has a very happy outcome. Actively seeking out situations that are positive and uplifting. Good news arrives. Happiness is yours. A happy outcome is assured. Oh my gosh, I love this. What I tell you? I told y'all moving into calmer water. Some of y'all have been going through a lot of stuff. And you've gone through it damn near alone. You may have only had one other person that you could depend on, or maybe 2 other people that you could depend on. But even with them, maybe you even felt so alone. You know? And I told you somebody has been sitting back watching this whole thing. The reason they haven't contacted you is because they see you on a regular. They know when you come in, when you go. They know where you work. They know if you work from home. They know if you go into a job. They know. They just been keeping their distance and behind the scene with this moon card and getting someone to relay their messages about what you do. But as soon as they see something change in your life, Pisces, here they come. And I feel like you're going to take advantage of an opportunity to kind of move into calmer waters. Maybe you're relocating, maybe you're changing your residency, maybe you're changing jobs, maybe you're changing your circle, I don't know. Maybe it's something that I feel like you're moving into a happier time in your life. What's up under that 6 of Swords, the Magician? Wow. Yeah. Yeah, you're pulling something off like an alchemist. You are really doing what you got to do. I love this, Pisces. But whatever the outcome, this transformation is changing. You're moving into a happier time out of a dark night of the soul. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, so Pisces, that is the end. First, second, and third decan Pisces, that is the end of your reading. I'm sending you all so much love and light. I hope you can take the time to look at this reading in its entirety, or just at least look at your Decan, and maybe even the general reading too. And for those who wanted to know some of the other cards that I use Star Codes Astro Oracle by Heather Robbins. And I used the Sacral Geometry of Relationships and Oracle. And I used the Crystal Healing cards. Okay, for those who just wanted to know if I didn't mention what cards. And then I used the Zodiac Oracle deck too. So for those who just wanted to know what cards I used for the 3-decan reading Pisces, for this one I used different ones. But for those who wanted to know the cards that I used. So I'm sending you all so much love and light. I thank you so much for hanging out with me. Again, I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope you got something out of it. And again, this is for the month of November. So we're not in the month of November yet. We're still in October. But hopefully, again, this is something that will be really helpful for you. Something you can look forward to. Some significant change that you really do need. And again, I'm sending you all love and light. Thank you so much for the support, for supporting this channel. I want to tell those who have donated to me, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for everything that you do. Thank you for your time, your comments, your donations, hitting the like button, your subscriptions. Thank you for subscribing to this channel. I just want to say thank you. And I'm sending you all so much love and light and healing vibes. I will talk with you later.